Hello again, everyone. Saka here, and welcome back to Dwarf Fortress. So if you missed our Embark, that was episode 0, where we went over who came with us, what things that we packed, and what we are planning on doing. So first off, let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, let's go ahead and set up our pasture. We'll get all of our animals ready to go, and we'll pasture them, say, right around here, just above our entrance. And that should be fine. As far as animals go, let's bring the yaks, let's bring the mule, the water buffalo, and the peachick. The cats and dogs will roam around as per usual. So that should be set. Yes, indeed. All right, next up. So if we dig directly in here and we say go one level below this, we should clear the tree roots right there. So let's go ahead and get started with a 2-wide diggy hole. Let's come out right here or so. And that should be fine. Yes? Yes. And then what we will do is we will stare down from here, one level, and then work our way out, say, to the north. Looks to be nice and clear. Plenty of space to build. All right, so without further ado and delay, let's queue up some wood chopping. So let's chop some wood. Let's go almond, larch, pears, bayberry, pear, and almond. So that should be hopefully enough wood to get us started. We do have a ton of wood. First order of business, though, is get a basic stockpile set up and get that wagon clear. All right, dwarves, if you please, let's go. And they're off. All right, woodcutter should go chopping. Fisher dwarf is heading to that fishing spot that I assigned, and our miners have grabbed their picks. So hopefully they'll be digging into the side of the hill soon. Animals are the first to come in, and boom, we are in. All right, downstairs, one level, outstanding. Pop out. All right, so first off, we found lignite and hematite. Outstanding. So hopefully this hematite, this can sort of be a mining layer to get us going. The next step I would like to do is get the base stockpile going, basically bring everything here, and then we can get organized later. What this will eventually end up being will be the barracks. Our quick response force will be training in this hall once we get the stockpile emptied and the fortress more organized, and I think that will go well. So our miners are going to come through. That is Moses the miner, as well as Yuzul, going through and making short work of this, and it's good to see that we do have some magnetite in the wall already ready. And then once we put that stockpile down, we should be moving all of our goods. So we have lignite as well, which I believe would be used for coal, which is an outstanding thing. I also kind of want to get some regular rock out of this. It looks like we're digging into shale, but for the time being, we've struck magnetite. And nothing to catch in the southern swamps. That's a shame. Now, do we move our fishing spot? It said there was nothing to catch there. So let's see here. There we go, so our fishing zone. If there's nothing to catch there, we'll remove that zone permanently and reassign perhaps this as a fishing spot. Maybe he can catch just something there in the stagnant water. I am not actually sure. Meanwhile, our miners are going to town. Yuzul and Moses making short work. The cats are very inquisitive. We've struck native platinum already. Well, holy crap, well, just give me some building rock, please. All right, so as they dig this out, let's go ahead and make an everything stockpile, quote unquote, everything stockpile. Of course, we are going to select all and then not allow corpses or refuse. So now they should unload the wagon. Everyone who isn't doing anything right now should be bringing our goods down in here. Nice checker pattern. I like that checker pattern there for our stockpile. All right, weapons are coming in. Looks like we've got tons of magnetite and actually some lignite as well. Let me just look and see here. Yeah, so lignite is an economic stone. It is used to make coke, refined coal. So we can't build with it. There's some shale. We're finally getting some building materials we can make blocks out of. All right, wood is starting to come in as well. Let's go ahead and repaint the stockpile and get, whoops, sure. Yeah, bloody-dotty everybody, even at the stairs. Sure, why not? All right, square has been carved out. We'll go ahead and repaint, get this entire square as the stockpile here, and follow the dwarfs. Make sure that the wagon is empty. So some cloth, all of our seeds, our anvil, our weapons and ales are still on the cart. Quite a bit left to unload. So let's let them do that. And as you can see, a lot of wood has been chopped down, ready to go. So I think we can make some bins now. So let's focus on, I guess, what the fortress proper will be. So we'll mine perhaps a little hallway here that could be defensible. If they break through our barracks, whatever, who's fighting? So Moses and Yuzol has just fought a badger boar, and if you haven't seen a combat log before, this is what happened. The miner punched the badger boar in the left rear leg with her right hand, bruised the muscle. Miner grabs the badger by the fourth left rear toe with her lower left arm. The miner charges at the boar, collides with the boar. The badger boar is knocked over and tumbles backward. The boar misses. The miner scratches the boar in front of the paw, tearing the muscle, bruised the bone. The motor nerve is severed. The force twists the front leg, tearing apart the skin. So what we're going to do is, just in case there's a dead badger boar laying around here, let's make another stockpile of, say, corpses. And we'll keep that far away from our entrance. Let's just say like where, yeah, let's just say right over here or so. Let's do that and get a stockpile here of corpses and refuse. So we'll go corpses, custom, and then add refuse here as well. Corpses and refuse. And you know, I don't actually like that with the, you know, the armor, the backpacks. Are these things that they are going to throw out, or are they like brand new things? Like, say we made a brand new thread. It's going in the refuse pile. I don't like that. So we'll say none of these item types here. But definitely corpses, body parts, skulls, bones, shells, teeth, horns, hooves, and hair, wool. I don't want to do any of the wool. So yeah, I think that badger boar was spooked. Did we get an injury? So no health problems from our stone crafter, and we have to be evaluated by a doctor to see what really happened. So Uzal might be feeling fine, but might have a scratch from that badger, who also was involved. The miner Moses was also involved here. So no health problems or treatment scheduled. Quick to heal. That's good. So if Moses got scratched, Moses ain't feeling it. So hopefully those badgers will leave us alone. Yeah, interrupted by a badger boar. Makes sense. All right, everyone, keep on bringing that back. And let's go ahead and start getting into our fortress proper. As I was saying before the badger rudely interrupted, let's do a hallway from the barracks and then come down from here. So we'll do that, set one stairway down, one level to there, and then this can be, it really can't be a farm. We didn't run into any soil. I was hoping to run into some sand or something of that nature that we could plant our plump helmets, but yeah, it's, we might have to go just off of this doorway here. See, right above us are some trees. Yeah, as long as we remember not to chop down those trees, we'll be okay. Or we might have to drill, oh man, that's a long way for our plant gatherer to go. All right, so what we might do is just extend the hallway back a bit. Don't chop any of these trees, and get our starting farm set up until we can flood some stone with some water and get some mud down. So we brought 5 of every seed. So I think if we do a size 10 or maybe a size 9 plot for each, that would be okay. All right, so let's go back up to our dirt layer here, the silty cavern floor, and we'll just drill back a bit and then make an offshoot hallway. And from here, we'll make our farms. So let's do a 3x3, and this will be all for nothing if this is not clay floor. So as they chew this up, hopefully we can stay in the clay and we can continue to plant. All right, so yeah, this first little stockpile is going to fill up quickly with this lignite and all this magnetite. We definitely need to get some bins made. So what we'll do is we'll get a wood crafter just down here. We'll also get a pair of doors that we can fit right here into the entryway, and we can lock and not have to worry about invaders. We can lock that up really quick. So it's just a matter of folks delivering our goods, a few shales, so we can make a few blocks. Hopefully we can get more shale down here for building materials. All right, so now that this first stockpile is completely filled up, I think our miners will now, yes indeed, start going to work. And then our planter can start working on getting these farm plots in. So we'll go some workshops, some farming, some farm plots. We'll put that 3x3 down, and we'll just continue to place those plots down as they come in. And then there we go. So this farm plot is ready. Well, it will be here in a second. Our farmer has come to save the day. All right, more farm plots, more farm plots. Lottie-dottie, everybody gets a farm plot. You get a farm plot. You get a farm plot. All right, so from here, we will do a plump helmet in full rotation. Lottie-dottie, every plant, plump helmets. And then for our next one, perhaps some dimple cups. So we'll do a full rotation of dimple cups. Lottie-dottie, everybody. And then on our next farm, let's do a sweet pod into a pigtail, into a pigtail, into a plump helmet. Sure, can't go wrong with that. Let's do a quarry bush, into a cave wheat, into a cave wheat, into a plump helmet, just in case. All right, so now we need more farming to do. And then, let's see if there was any. So that one was set already. So do we set it to fertilize? Fertilize every season once we get, I think that is ash, or we can make some sort of fertilizer. If we don't have the fertilizer, would it automatically plant, is my question. That way, if there's no fertilizer, they'll plant, but if they have fertilizer, they'll go ahead and use it. I think that would be ideal. All right, so our miners have indeed got down to the next level. So let's do a central hub here, like so. So those will be this will sort of be the central staircase, and we could come off from here. So I think we want perhaps this first level to be workshops. I think that would be okay. We got bituminous coal as well, so we can continue to make good smelting. That's good to see. And then once we get a wood maker and we can get a second wood stockpile going, I think that would be awesome to clear up this stockpile here so we can get the rest of the stuff off the wagon. Because we still have some seeds, some weapons, just a few things left on the wagon for us to get. All right, dead bilberry bushes. All right, that's fine. All right, so things are being planted. Our planter is going to work, Rigoth. All right, so we've about got this. So micro-lean. I'm not familiar with micro-lean. Let me take a look at the stone use and see, is micro-lean? Aha, so it is an other stone? Yes, so we can use this for blocks as well. Outstanding. As long as we have some building material, I'm happy. So we'll get all of this out, and then the next thing we'll do is let's make our crafting corridors to the right. So we'll set a hallway, say like just so. And then what we will do is we will set up perhaps our woodworker first. So let's come off of here. And then we will set, say right here. And what we'll do is, I saw this idea and I really liked it. We can set this as sort of our woodworking station, and then in the level below set a stair to where their wood stockpiles are going to be like right below. I do like that idea for sure. Once we get the wood stockpile set, we can move all of this wood out of the throwaway stockpile here and get things moved in where they need to be. Start getting maybe a smelter across the way, things like that, so that we can, water. We also need to get a brewer up as fast as possible so we can start brewing plump helmets when they start coming in. The planter did get to the plump helmets first, which is good to see. We're also planting some plump helmets there, it looks like. So these are going to be our dimple cups. So he put in the dimple cups first, plump helmets coming in, then he has the sweet pods over here. Now, I'm actually not sure what to do with all of those, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right, let's get all of this out so we can set up our wood shop. And indeed, we've struck bituminous coal and micro lean, very handy for keeping the forges on at night. That's why I like to see a ton of bituminous coal, and in fact, we could continue this veining to get even more stuff. So I'm thinking this might be just a temporary setup to get us, stable, ready to go. And then we can go even lower to get the proper base. So this is just a sort of sustainment, the first step. And let's go with our carpenter first. We'll set up the carpenter there, use some shale. We've struck clear tourmaline. So those are gems that we can cut in the future if need be. All right, outstanding. So that workshop will now be built out of shale. Move that rock out of the way, please. There you go. All right, so for now, let's just say that this next level down is going to be, say, our strip mining and storage level. So the base will actually be a few levels below this. So what we'll do is we'll set a stairway right here, and we'll go down one level, and then really hollow this out right below the workshop. So let's go right here. Yes, indeed, right there. And possibly even a little bit bigger than that. But this will be our wood stockpile. This is where our wood worker can store all of their wood. So let's, bring that out. Oh, that's a stair. My mistake. Yeah, let's bring that out, say there. So that will be our wood stockpile once that is built. And just to make sure, let's go down there. There we go. Didn't have the stairway built just yet, but now someone is on it. And then once we make this a complete wood stockpile, we'll get all of the wood out of this stockpile, which should free up enough space to get everything off the wagon, turn that into wood, and then we'll be sort of in the self-sufficient zone. All right, Moses, going to town, leaving behind some shale. Yeah, I think we can store our rock under the stone crafter, which might be next as well. What I'd like to do is get some jugs instead of barrels, but we definitely need some wooden bins. I'm not sure if a rock coffer would serve as a bin, or it has to be a wooden bin. I'm not going to leave anything to chance. We will definitely do wood bins. We've struck bauxite down here as well. There's the bauxite. Let me just check and make sure I'm not up to speed on my stone use. But yeah, bauxite is another building brick. All right, booyah. Let's get this stockpile started here. So let's say from here, add a stockpile from there to there. And this sucker is going to be just wood and wood alone. And then we'll go up to to our stockpile here and say, you know what? I don't want any wood in this stockpile anymore. And then they will get on it, start moving this wood out down to the stockpile that we've started to create here. We'll just repaint that, make it bigger, make sure we have enough wood down here. And then once all of this gets done, we'll start our first work order. Building us up some bins. Wow, sapphires. Okay, so we've got some gems to cut. We've got some shale to use for building. There we go. Now they're bringing all of the wood down. Let's give her another repaint. Accept that. Freeing up a lot of space for some wood. And I believe that stockpile above us can store stone. But what we'll do is across the way, we'll make our stone cutter and start moving the stone basically over here, let's say. We could connect things up once we get our basic layout. That way everything is nice and connected. And there we go. Full stockpile of wood and wood alone. All right, let's get a work order going, shall we? All right, so first work order, we're going to need some bins. So some wooden bin. And I like doing things very metered when it comes to certain things like bins, just to make sure we're not overflowing with bins. We're going to set that condition to say if the amount of empty bins is less than, let's just say 5, make 2 bins. And then the amount of logs is going to be greater than 2 because we are going, you know what, greater than 5. We'll keep some spare wood on hand. That way there'll always be 5 wood in storage somewhere. But we're going to start making bins, and hopefully that means our woodworker will start on the task and we can get onto the next facility, which will be our stone cutter. And we'll start moving all of the stone down here, and we've got a metric crap ton of stone to get. That is for sure. Oh, yes, indeed. Esm, our woodworker, going to town on making some bins. So let's see. Where is our... So the max number of bins. Now, I'm not sure if wood can fit in bins, but we'll say 5 bins, 5 barrels, and 1 wheelbarrow? Sure, I'm not sure. Oh, God. The badger sow is fighting the dog. So there it is, the badger sow, overcome by terror. It decided to pick a fight with the dog. We may be even eating badger tonight. No, it's nauseous, throwing up all over the place. Oh, is the cat coming to get it? Oh, crap. The badger is hightailing it out of there. Get out of there, badger. Oh, nope, dog's attacking it. Yeah, this badger is not long for this world. Tired and nauseous. Wounds, nothing evaluated. Well, yeah, we're going to see that combat really quick. Water buffalo child is fighting. The miner is fighting. Where in the gravy is the miner fighting at? Oh, picking a fight with the badger too. Up the water buffalo calf, ganging up on this poor badger. Well, I'm sure you had nothing else better to do. All right, bins are completed. So that is 1 round of bins. Yep, interrupted by the badger. Anyway, as we were saying before the badger interrupted us one more time, let's see if they put the bins in here. Yes, indeed. So a bin has been placed in our very large stockpile. If we can cram anything into that bin, now would be the time. Freaking badgers are fighting like crazy, man. Angry badgers. All right, the mason at the carpenter shop. Are you? I mean, you're making stuff. I thought the woodworker was the only one making things. Let's go to labor and go... Well, I guess that's true. It's just a wood cutter. Well, don't screw it up making these bins, please. Yep, get another bin in there. Yeah, and I think things will go along swimmingly once some bins are down. We'll be able to continue on. Yep. So, yeah, it's still satisfied. We're making 2. we'll make another batch of 2 and then another batch of 2 because the empty bins will be less than 5. So we can continue working on our bins while hopefully our miners, and one miner decided to stop by and make another almond wood bin. Hopefully our miners will get our stone worker a-going. Tell you, them badgers. If they end up getting a badger and we have badger for dinner, I mean, sure, put the bin in the refuse pile. That will keep our garbage nice and organized, I suppose. What do we have here? So still our anvil, pigtail bags, some tools left on our bench. We also have some wood down here. So let's just give them time to do some loading, some moving. Oh, our planter is harvesting our plump helmets. Outstanding. Yeah, so we have a ton of wood to move to our stockpile. We've got to get all of this rock out of here. And the rock will then move over here once we get the stone cutter. Tell you a lot of things. Expedition leader is either filling it up or grabbing the bins. But we just got a lot of people. So potash is the fertilize. So did he go ahead and plant? That was my next question. So if he doesn't have potash, so he is, I don't know if he just moved on. He is harvesting plump helmets. Another batch of bins has been made. Luckily, we did get one bin into the main stockpile. They can sort that out. How are things coming down here? Okay, so a lot of wood is coming in here. Yeah, and it doesn't look like we can store the logs in a bin, unfortunately. That would certainly be nice. We got to get that rock and stone out of here. But at least the wood is being taken out of this main stockpile, meaning the things off the wagon can then come into this stockpile. Cats are busy. I'm sure keeping the vermin out. Yep. Grabbing that wood, moving a lot of things. Just giving them time to complete their task here. Yeah, tourmalines. We'll need a gem setter. Making cool stuff out of gems. Another batch of wooden bins has been completed. So hopefully they can put stuff in those bins. And one thing that might come up and bite me is if we have empty bins in a stockpile, it's going to stop our workflow. So even though, you know, if we have all of these stockpiles with an empty bin sitting in it that nothing is in, that's going to stop our work order from going through. They're going to say, hey, we have 5 bins, just not in the stockpiles we need them at. Unfortunately. Let's see. Oh, so we can fit 62 bins and barrels in this stockpile. So more bins can come this way. That's what I like to see. All right, so now we're mining out. All right, outstanding. Finally getting the miner in here to do the business. Yeah, it looks like this stockpile is pretty much full on wood for now. We've got space for that last bit of wood. And on the surface, yeah, we do have a little bit of wood left. They're not moving those items, and they're just standing around lollygagging, no job. Yeah, I was going to say, you've got things that you can move. You've got the anvil, you can load up all of that good stuff. I mean, there's plenty of room in this stockpile for it. Now who? A friggin' badger! Is it that same badger? Badger is being annoying, I say. All right, let's get some stone cutter so we can make some, or do we want to get some food brewing? I think we can get some brew going. All right, so workshop, let's get a still. Is that farming? Yeah, the farming still. Plop that there and use some microlean. Sure. And then we'll get a brew order going on. Tell you what, that dog better kill that badger. That badger is peeing on the wheels of progress. All right, cool. Yep, making our still. We'll get all of that stuff out of here. Good job. And then once the still is made, we can get some brewing started. All right, next work order. We want to brew drink from plant. All right, so let's set this up here. We want to brew drink from plant. Do we want to brew 10 drinks? I think we can brew 10 drinks. If the amount of drinks is less than, let's say less than 30. Once we get lower than 30, and the amount of unrotten fermentable plants is greater than 10, we can do that. So once our drinks get low, we'll start a brew order, and then we'll also brew from, we'll also do a work order where we brew from fruit if those conditions are met. So let's brew 10 from fruit if the amount of drinks is less than 30. And the unrotten fermentable leaves and fruit is greater than 10. There we go. So that way we can do a double brew from either plants or fruit, depending on our situation. All right, now we get our stone cutter up and running if we can. I know that would drive people nuts if I didn't make that symmetrical. So our stone cutter is going to be right here. And the stone cutter will be making jugs, all kinds of good stuff. We also need our... So tell you what, for now, let's get on the woodwork order. The carpenter. See if we can make a bed. Because we do start... Okay, so that's going to be a whole nother ball of wax. All right, so yeah, we'll need a bed maker. Needs plump helmet spawn. So do we not have plump helmet spawns? I guess once he harvests that, we'll have some plump helmet spawns. Yeah, we have 14 plump helmet spawns. Okay. So maybe he'll just figure it out. Okay, the badger sow. Badger, badger, badger. The badger is badgering us, as his namesake says. Yeah, we'll get this in there. Moses, get in there. All right, so if we wanted to do, let's say, some stoneworks, we might be able to make the mug and the jugs. Stone jugs, stone mugs. And then that would allow us to get some drink. We may be able to make some tables and thrones. And start heading down to the fortress proper, let's say. I think we also need to get like a quick throne down for an office so our bookkeeper can say exactly how much we got, and that should make the work orders a little bit better because we're not going off estimates, we're going off of real numbers, which is pretty good. I think we also need a kitchen to make meals. Tell you, it all adds up. It all adds up indeed. All right, so for now, let's get, I guess, the farming, the kitchen, and we'll start making some meals. So we'll use some shale. Yep, get those shale down, get the rocks out of the way, and we'll set up a work order to make some meals once our food gets low. So for now, I'm not sure if we can do fine. I know we can't do lavish, so we'll prepare an easy meal. And for now, let's do 10 meals if the unrotten prepared meals is less than 10, and the unrotten cookable items is greater than 10. That way we can cook our goods. So now a chef should hop in there on to the next workshop. And then I think this should be our stone cutter. We'll finally get a stone cutter. We'll get a nice big stockpile of stone down below this. We can start making some jugs. And there is Ezum, our woodworker, brewing some drinks using our plump helmets, putting them in the black barrels. And it'll be nice to get the stone out of here so we could fill up that wood stockpile. Stockpile here is looking okay. Once we can get a forge, we can get some magnetite going. And the animal is now a stray cat. And nothing to catch in the southern swamps. That is unfortunate. All right, so how are things? Things are going well. Ilral in our kitchen, our mason, is now preparing easy meal with some horse sweetbreads. So we'll have some sweetbread horse to meal on. All right, so our carpenter, can we make doors out of this? Let's add a work order. Yes, we can. So for now, we'll make two wooden doors. Just straight up 2 wooden doors that will allow us to door up this area right here and get some sort of relative safety. Wait, are they climbing up? I'm trying to see if there's a hole there that maybe they're climbing up into, but it does look like they are using this front entrance. Dang badger, go away. Mushroom, mushroom. That's what it is. Badger's after the mushroom, mushroom. As long as we don't see any snakes. All right, so lavish meals are complete. Aha, we have open space. All right, let's get the stone maker, stone man. Yes, stone worker. Now we'll place this right here in the corner. Use the shale that's right there. We'll also go ahead and work on a stairwell down from here. 1 level. And then we will then mine out quite a bit. Let's actually make it thus so. And then we will connect the 2 workshops together. So that should be okay. Now once we get the stone worker done, we'll start making some jugs, hopefully make a throne. We could set an office for our crafter here. All right, so add a new task. Yes, so let's make 1 rock table, 1 rock throne. We'll go ahead and place that over here. Set this as a temporary office for our bookkeeper. All right, wooden doors are completed. Outstanding. Let's get those doors placed right here in the entryway. All right, doors and hatches. Door. And then keep building. 1. Almond. Boom. Almond. There we go. So now we can place those doors down. We'll have a something we can bar in case of emergency. Hey, the badger corpse. Can we butcher? If we went ahead... Let's do a butcher. Let's do a butchery. A butcher. Let's set the butcher right out here by the refuse pile. And yeah, let's use some shale. We have plenty of shale. And then if our it should set to auto butcher. So if we can go down there and get that badger, we might be eating good, boys. Hopefully it doesn't decompose. Oh, it's rotten. Well, maybe we can get some goodies out of it. Maybe some bone. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some hair. I don't know. All right, let's get this out. We have some sapphires. We also have some rubies. Outstanding. All right, so now let's get that stockpile going. Start getting some rock in here. We need stone. All the stone, all the time. And then what we'll do is we will tell this. What in the gravy? Sheets. No. Okay, this is what happened. This is why they're not unloading the wagon. We want all in here, then custom. Now we don't want stone. No stone. We don't want wood. No wood. And I think that's all we did. So no corpses, no refuse, no stone, no wood. And now, the lazy bums should start unloading that wagon, I would think. All right, butcher shop is going in, and I believe people should start heading out to this wagon to unload our bags, battle axes, all that good stuff, now that we actually have a proper. All right, work orders. I think it's set to automatically butcher. So butcher an animal. Maybe it'll find the badger. Do we get a tanner out here as well? Just to get some leather out here. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's see, a tanner, right by the butcher shop. Use that shale, please. We have plenty of it. All right, so now that we have the butcher shop right next to the refuse pile where corpses should go, hopefully, Someone will go out, pick up that corpse, butcher it, and then maybe we can tan the leather if there is leather to be tanned. We've struck Ruby. Yes, indeed. All right, so we need unrotten cookable items, which we're working on. All right, so stone. Let's continue on this stockpile. Repaint it. Get as much space in there as we can. And did we complete the stairway down? It doesn't look like it. We might as well. Stairway down there, please. And the irony is, as we mine, we're actually filling some of this up with stone anyway. The dang badger! All right, we got tetrahedrite, which I think is silver and iron. I tell you what, kill those badgers. It's a good thing that we do have a butcher table up there. Perhaps if that gets wrecked, we can grab it. I don't think it was locked, was it? Are there corpses that we can do? So badger sows are alive. Dead badger boar, deceased. Can't see it. Oh, I think we built our table and throne. Outstanding. So furniture, chair, right there. The shale throne. And then we will put down the table as well. Furniture, table, right there. Then this can be the office section. Once we zone it, we'll make this the office. And who needs our office? So we need 2 offices, really. So our bookkeeper is Rigoth. So we'll make this Rigoth's office for now. And we'll build another one here. So an office right there. Except, and this is going to be Rigoth's office. The bookkeeper. So now he can do a proper count. We'll set this to do another table and throne. There we go. Now proper counts. 94 food, 79 drinks, 27 seeds, 11 plants. That's what I'm talking about. Once you get the table and the next table and throne built, and he's just sitting on the ghost of his chair, let's set a work order here. And we need, so it looks like jugs are, can we do a rock jug? We cannot. Steel 10, clay, yeah, make rock jug. All right, so what builds the rock jug? We will go ahead and connect that up to the rock below. Is that a crafts dwarf? Yes, crafts dwarf workshop. All right, so we don't have a craft dwarf. All right, onward and upward. We'll connect the craft dwarf right by the stoneworker. And then we will, below, connect up the stairway down to this rock quarry so that they can do their work there. All right, wooden bins are completed. More badgers. Tell you what, if we get badger meat out of this, I will be extremely happy. Tell you, the badgers are getting wrecked, leaving their nausea all over the place. Wish they would just keel over. Is anyone going to get this stuff? All right, with this stuff withering, I think we might need to open up harvesting to everybody. All right, standing orders. Let's see, is it? Yeah, everyone harvests. So now everyone can grab anything that's not withered. Let's make sure that we keep a good stockpile for sure. All right, bauxite table, shale throne. Can we place them down? Yep, shale throne and the bauxite table. And then we'll go ahead and set this up as another office. The other dwarf that needed an office is Litast. All right, outstanding. Litast, you get an office. Right there. And Litast, this is your office. Not too awful major, but that should make you extremely happy. So yes, indeed. Meager offices. You're all set. Now, let's make some mugs, if we can, which is also the craft dwarf. Outstanding. Yeah, we definitely need to get the craft dwarf up and running then. For now, though, we will add the carpenter, and we will make barrels. All right, so let us make, let's say 5 barrels, if and only if the amount of empty barrels is less than 10, or do we go 5? So if the amount of empty barrels goes less than 5, we'll make 5, and the amount of logs is greater than 5. That way we keep 5 ready to go. So now Carpenter should get a task to make some barrels, which we can use to brew drinks from plants and be good there. Yep, haul that rock. Yeah, there is a ton of mining to do. Lots of stuff. It would be nice to get some migrants. All right, how are the farms? So the farms are going. We do have some withered dimple cups, but the rest of the plum helmets are coming in, as well as the pigtails, which is good to see. And I have everyone harvesting. Yeah, keep grabbing those, grabbing that stuff. And it kind of looked like, did he take that directly? So Dwarven wine biscuits. So making Dwarven wine biscuits with a pond turtle. I mean, good on you. 167 food. That's outstanding. All right, so now we're making our barrels. So we'll get our barrels made. We still need to carve out our craft dwarf. We still need to carve out our stone holding area. Busy dwarves, that is for sure. It would be nice. Yep. So our brew drink needs the empty storage item. That's the barrel. Needs unrotten cookable solid. That is going to be hopefully our plants. What we might be able to do is, if they weren't overloaded enough already, we'll do a plant gathering run and say gather all the plants above our front door. All right, so let's just say gather all these plants if you can. All right, so they'll go out, they'll gather some plants, hopefully get some solid cookable items. Oh, we've got the raw pond turtle. Hey, we got some migrants. So we've gone from 7 to 16 migrants on the way. And I think we can end this episode by meeting the migrants who are on the way, shall we? So our new arrival, Tirist, the weaponsmith. Let's take a look at Tirist here. So there is Tirist coming down. 27-year-old male. Spouse is Medbeth's city sling. All right, so legendary weaponsmith. We can't use you yet, so you will be a hauler. A competent marks dwarf, novice shield, armor, discipline, and observer. You might be also our squad leader, Tirist. We don't have any armor for you or anything of that nature. And there's Mesbeth coming as well. So husband and wife team, Mesbeth, Enethbim. All right, a bow dwarf, shield and armor. So maybe a husband and wife, husband and wife squad. So without further ado and delay, so our weaponsmith Tirist or Mesbeth our peasant. Since Mesbeth doesn't have any big skills, I think Mesbeth might be our commander. She's competent bow with a novice shield and armor with discipline. Why not? All right, congratulations, Mesbeth. You are now going to be our militia commander. Outstanding. So a brand new squad. We don't have metal armors just yet. She is a competent bow dwarf, so we might keep her light. But she's decent with armor, so we'll do that. She'll be off duty for now. But the granite blocks led by Mesbeth is now up and running. Outstanding. As well as Tobel, the peasant. So let's take a look at Tobel, who is 27 years old. He's doing fine. Also a shield armor and a competent hammer dwarf. Interesting indeed. So a group of fighters are coming. Sigyn Targan is also here. Okay, with 5 children. Sigyn, the miner. Cheesemaker, record keeper. Interesting enough. So Sigyn, are you a new arrival as well? Yes, so Sigyn the miner has also come. So a husband and wife pair, 2 pair of husband and wives, and children. Dusem, Zatit, Meng, Kabuk, and Tekid. Holy crap. So they will do some chores, but the thing is we don't have water for them. Now, do they go to the stagnant water pond? Oh God, these kids might become cranky really quick. But I think that will be a good stopping point for now. So we played 1 season and basically a half. We're at midsummer. We're getting the basic stand-up, sustainable place. Once we get sustainable and we start getting our feet under us, we'll start properly constructing the fortress even lower. But for now, getting some bins in, getting some barrels made, we'll work on some mugs, work on beds as well. Before I forget that, let's make a work order here, and let's make a bed, and let's make, let's say 5 beds. If the amount of beds is less than, let's say 2. Because we'll keep a couple beds in check, and then if we use them, that will put in the order. And then to keep 5 wood around, we'll do the amount of logs is greater than 5. So now that sets up our bed order. We can get some beds made. Hopefully with this extra hands, we can get this mined out, get our crafts dwarf a-going, and maybe a smelter, and get our feet under us a bit, get some of this rock moved, get some of this bituminous coal turned into coke, get the lignite turned into coke, get these microlines and shales turned into blocks for building, and hopefully that dang badger leaves us alone. And hopefully we'll be eating good. Hopefully we'll be eating badger before too awful long. But that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next Dwarf Fortress video. Take care.